What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, who promotes Conor Benn, British, now welterweight title contender, superstar in the UK, star here in the United States. He's been pushing Conor Benn, the son of a legend, Nigel Benn, who's coming off the biggest victory of his career, beating the family rival, Chris Eubanks Jr., the son of Chris Eubanks Sr. So they split 1-1. He wants Conor Benn. That fight, their last two fights was at 160 pounds. And now Conor Benn is looking to come down to 147 pounds and become a world champion there. That's his goal. So the WBC has placed him as the number one contender in the WBC rankings, right? And there's a showdown that's supposed to take place that has not fully been announced officially between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, who is the WBC welterweight world champion, right? They want to be mandated. They want it to be confirmed. They want it to be official that Conor Benn is going to fight the winner. But there's a plot twist. The plot twist is His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, he wants to do the rematch between first ballot Hall of Famer, 3-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and reigning WBO welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney, who is top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, with a record of 33 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. That's the fight that His Excellency Turki Alalshikh wants to showcase. Okay? He's been wanting this rematch between Devin and Ryan Garcia. The problem is that they fought on the same card in May of this year. Devin Haney agreed to fight on the undercard. Obviously, the first fight ended in controversy and turmoil where Ryan Garcia tested positive for a banned substance, then got suspended. The fight got overturned. The rest is history. We know what took place, right? With that said, Devin fought Jose Ramirez. Ryan fought Rolando Rolly Romero. Devin won his fight. Ryan lost his fight. Ryan has been out the ring since then. Devin Haney came back, fought Brian Norman Jr., dominated the fight, dropped Brian Norman, defied the odds that everybody said he's washed up and he had PTSD after the Ryan fight, getting dropped 3 times. Although Ryan cheated, you can't unsee what we already saw, which is Devin Haney getting dropped 3 times and Devin Haney, being gun shy and initially losing. He came back and looked spectacular. And Turki Alalshikh, His Excellency, he wanted to do that fight even though Ryan lost. Ryan didn't want to come back and go right in the fight with Devin Haney, and he had to have surgery on his hand. We know Ryan just simply don't take the sport serious. But that's the fight that Turki Alalshikh wants. And guess what? He's the money man. He puts up the money. He puts up the funds. So Eddie Hearn, who's trying to block, Eddie Hearn is doing his best to block Devin Haney because Devin Haney stopped working with Eddie Hearn. And he wants Devin Haney not to get an opportunity. He's blocking the Louis Crocker unification bout. Now Louis Crocker has been ordered to fight his mandatory and Liam Paro, right? And now Eddie Hearn wants the World Boxing Council, better known as the WBC, to do the same thing. He wants the WBC to officially order now that Conor Benn gets the opportunity to fight the winner. And or he's saying that they're not going to wait around, they're going to move on. The question is, move on and do what? And fight who? Who you going to fight at the welterweight division? what direction you gonna go? Right? Because you could have called Devin Haney name. You could have pushed for that fight. That's for a world title. If your goal is to become a world champion, he has a belt. But no, he's making a statement that he wants the green belt. So Eddie Hearn is pushing that he gets his opportunity and or they're moving on. Well, move on. See, this is what ruins the sport of boxing. Not Dana White and TKO. These politics ruin the sport of boxing. Period. Let the dominoes fall how they're supposed to fall, with world champions unifying the belts and contenders and mandatories getting their opportunities. That's how it should go. Conor Benn ain't fight at welterweight in 4 years. And now they want Conor Benn to get an opportunity immediately. His first fight back at welterweight, based off of what? And I like Conor Benn. It's no knock on Conor Benn. I like Conor Benn. But based off of what? He didn't even compete at welterweight. He himself got suspended for a banned substance going into the first opportunity to fight Chris Eubanks. And got suspended and couldn't fight in the UK. So based off of what should Conor Benn be demanded a position to fight for a title, his first fight back at welterweight in years? Politics. And that's all I got for y'all, man. So Eddie Hearn is trying to force the WBC hand to make this a mandatory, like they mandatory making Luis Crocker have to fight Liam Paro so he can't unify against Devin Haney. These are the poly tricks they play in boxing. And they blame everybody but themselves for the fall of boxing. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.